What's going on, guys? I'm back again with the weekly Rust Skins videos, and this is going to be like a kind of quick video this week because I'm going to be doing the gameplay over the top of me just talking and going with the flow. So usually I'll just look at the Rust store and then the overlay will have the gameplay, but we're going to do it a little bit different this time. This is what the top sellers are looking like, though. We have the top seller of the Frontier Decor pack in at number 1, so it does show you that the skins of the limited store this week aren't actually selling that well by the looks of it, with the neon road sign locker at number 2 and the shipping container general store item at number 3. So that is a very interesting little thing. So let's have a look at the limited store, and I'll move, scroll that down a little bit more. I'll move that over here. Alright, what is Cracker Lackin'? So you're going to be hearing the gameplay as well, so if you don't like that, then just let me know in the comments, I guess. Alright, so let's get started with the clothing, and we have the Mob Boss burlap pants and shirt. So this is what these cheeky boys are looking like, and of course this is the first of the Mob Boss items, and these are $3.05 each, so quite expensive for a initial price point for burlap gear. But we do have the gentleman's burlap as well, which of course does look quite similar. This one came out a little while ago, but it isn't really an old skin. But these are also quite valuable, so I think they're around like $7 each or something like that off the top of my head. And of course they're the closest thing you're going to get to the Mob Boss, so you do have to keep that in mind as well. So they're quite comparable, and I do think that because of that, it is likely that they will go up in value, but you can also pair and mix and match these items as well. So that is something to keep in mind as well. So I do think that that is going to be a good thing for the Mob Boss. However, it being $3.05 does make it a little bit harder of an investment. Okay, so then we have the Neanderthal poncho and bandana, and we have already had Neanderthal stuff on the Rust store. And this is wrong button. And this is what this is looking like, right? So the items are the bandana and the poncho, and the bandana is going for $2.30 and the poncho is going for $2.30. So sometimes we do get the poncho skins for a little bit more. They're a little bit more expensive than the bandanas. However, this time they aren't, which is a good thing in my opinion. And this is how these little cheeky boys are looking. So we've got a unique cutout on both of them, the bandana being a little bit shorter and the poncho having a unique cutout in the center, and the bottoms being a little bit shorter and the center having a necklace where all of this part here is cut out. But overall they are pretty cool looking items. But let's just take this over and let's have a look at the SCMM, and let's just have a quick comparison of how the Neanderthal is doing. And as you can see, it isn't doing too well. So the only other clothing we've had have been the hide pants and the hide shirt, which of course you'll be able to pair with the other prim gear that we've just had today. However, the clothing is down 29 and 14%, so it does show you that the Neanderthal poncho and the Neanderthal bandana are likely not going to perform well. So you do have to keep that in mind of how they're performing as well. So that is, in my opinion, they aren't going to perform well, so I'm not going to recommend investing in them. I do think, however, these will likely perform well, the Mob Boss. Alright, so let's have a look at the Apophis LR. This one is going for $3.05, and this is center store price for weapons and tools. And this has actually got a nice artwork on it. However, I don't think it's standout enough of an LR skin to go up in value, to be completely honest. We have a pretty standard looking ADS. I don't know why, but it looks like it's really close to my face if my FOV's changed or something. Something looks different there, but anyway, we do have a nice red front iron sight, but I feel like the back red iron sight is just like, it's just a bit too much or something. I don't know, I'm not super keen on it. That's how it's looking when it shoots. Give a little bit of hip fire, and we will even give it a cheeky, reload. So that's how we're looking when we do the reload. Look, overall, you can't craft the LR. The LR did get a buff, but I mean, I also haven't been playing Rust, so I don't know how active people have been using the LR and if it actually is really a meta gun, I still think the AK is king. So I don't think the LR really has had any demand increase in terms of skins since the buff, at least that I've really noticed. So overall, I don't think the Apophis LR is going to have demand once it leaves the Rusted Store and goes to the community market. Also, I think it's a little bit weird that the whole front like handle grip has no new skin. The actual pistol grip on it also isn't skinned. There's like a bunch of different sections on the gun that actually aren't even skinned, which I think is very strange. But anyway, not going to recommend investing in that skin off of the Rusted Store for this week. I don't think it's going to be making you money. If you want to pick it up as a play skin, I think you'll be able to get it cheaper on the community market with a buy order. Alright, moving over to the Madness AR, going for $3.05. This is a full silver AK skin with a silver front ADS as well. Honestly, I think this one blends in a little bit with the grayer environments like the rocks that you can see here ADSing. It doesn't look great against the grass either, so I don't know, not super keen on that ADS personally. This is what it's looking like. So we've got a metal AK with some sort of metal like skull artwork on it or something like that. Not super keen on it. And I also think the rest of the Rust community probably also won't be super keen on it. So, I mean, it's a well-made skin. It looks okay, but I don't think it's stand out enough to actually make you any money and have any demand once it leaves Rusted Store and goes to the community market. We already have so many AK skins on the community market, and people already have their favorite AK skin. So if it's not a super crazy looking AK skin, which this one in my opinion isn't, then I don't think it's going to be making money. And I think it's quite obvious when you have a super crazy looking AK skin. As I said, this one isn't. So not going to recommend investing in the Madness AR off the Rusted Store for this week. Moving over to the MK Ultra SMG, a continuation of the MK Ultra set, going for $3.05. Let's have a look at how the MK Ultra is performing on the Steam community market. And we have one item up for the weapons for the MK Ultra, that being the Thompson up 21%, the MP5 is down 4%, and the MK Ultra AK is down 40%. So not really a surprise, to be completely honest. I think the trend for the custom is going to perform quite similar to the other three guns that are down below the center store price of this item. I do think it's a shame because the artwork on it is quite cool, and I do think this is probably going to be the second best performing one. So of course we did have the Tommy that was actually up in value. I don't think this one is going to be up in value, but I think it's going to be more similar to the MP5 where you're not really going to be losing much money off of it if you do buy it as a play skin. However, I'm not going to recommend investing in it as an investment, because I don't think you'll be making money off of it at all. Even if it does go up above the Rusted Store price, I don't think it's going to be going up enough for it to be above the Steam tax as well once you sell it, so I don't think you're going to be making money. This is how it looks when it shoots. And let's give it a cheeky reload. I have to do it this way because the guns are auto-reloading on this server. But that is how it looks when it reloads. Front body looks absolutely wicked. I like the artwork. I unfortunately am not super keen on the ADS just because I think the MK Ultra is a little bit too pixelated. Not the skin creator's fault, it's just because the skins unfortunately get compressed a little bit too much in Rust once they get uploaded to the game. So it's a shame that, but it is what it is. Let me quickly go back over to Rusted Store so I can see what the next skin is. And we have the Chalk Menace Wooden Door going for $2.30. This is a new set, which is the Chalk Menace, of course. We haven't had anything new for it yet, but this is the first of the collection. I wouldn't be surprised if this one did continue. However, I still don't really think it's that crazy. I think the artwork is wicked. Can I change the time on this server? No one truly knows. If you guys can see where the time is on this, let me know in the comments, but I don't think I can. Either way, I don't think this is a glowing deployable, which I think is kind of unfortunate because the artwork on it is quite impressive. I think whoever this skin creator is has done a pretty cool job with that. However, I don't think it's a cool enough job to make the skin go up in price. So unfortunately, I'm not going to recommend investing in this one. I think the skin creator probably has put in a decent bit of work on the art pieces themselves of the two Hazzies, but that's pretty much where the effort ends, because of course it is just a standard wooden door skin with like a black overlay over the top of it essentially. So that's literally what a wooden door skin will look like. Let's have a look. So I think, you know, it's a good art piece, but the skin itself, as you can see, it's literally just black, and they've changed these bolts. They've put those bolts there. I mean, you know, it's not crazy. It's not mind-blowing. The artwork is wicked. It would be cool on a mouse pad or something, but the skin itself, it's nothing impressive, alright? I don't think that it's really going to have demand. Once it leaves Rusted on store and goes to community market, it's $2.30, so not a bad price. But it's not glowing, doesn't have any cutouts, and that is pretty much what you're looking for these days with wooden doors, because that is what all of them have these days. So not going to recommend investing in the Chalk Menace wood door. I do think it's likely that it'll continue, but I don't think it's ever going to be a successful set, to be completely honest. Moving over to the Frog door. So this is a glowing deployable. However, it's only the eyes and the mouth that glow, so it's a bit of an interesting glow. And it is also $4.60, so it's above standard store price even for glowing deployables. And also the frog set itself hasn't performed very well in my opinion, so let's have a quick glance at that. As you can see, we've got the new skin going for $4.60. The Frog Furnace, which was the latest one, I'm pretty sure, is down 48%. The other two items are down 48%, and then the final deployable, which is the Frog Box, is up 32%, so that one's performing alright. However, the rest of the skin collection is not performing well, and I think it is a bit weird that the Frog door is above the center store price, going for $4.60, because I really don't think that it's going to have demand once it leaves the Rusted store and goes to community market to actually even be able to uphold that $4.60 price point that the initial price point is on the Rust item store. So I'm not going to recommend investing in the Frog door. If you want it as a play skin, I'd recommend getting it off the community market with a buy order. Even without a buy order, I think you're going to be getting it for cheaper than $4.60, which is the Rust item store price. However, if you want to support the skin creator directly, then of course buy it off of the Rust item store. Right, not going to recommend investing in that one. Moving over to the next skin, we have the Ice Eye door going for $3.85, so that's about standard store price for glowing deployables. And I think, like, look at this skin. It looks good here. It looks weird here. Like, look, it looks super pixelated. And then here, it still looks pixelated, but it looks a little bit better. I think it's a missed opportunity that the eye here isn't all cut out. That could be a cut out part in the window where you could look through and you could peek and see if anyone's door camping you or if anything like that is happening. However, it isn't. It is a glowing deployable, so it does have a nice glow, and it's obviously like the main center part there where the eye is going to be the main focal point when it is nighttime. However, the Ice Eye is a continuation of a set. So where is this item? Right here. And it is not a very well received set on the community market. So everything is down. The highest performing item is down 27%. So that does show you that there isn't really demand for this. Of course, we haven't had any deployables yet, and this is the first deployable. The tools and the rock aren't going to perform as well as the deployable will, but in saying that, I still don't think the Ice Eye door is going to perform well either. It just looks too pixelated. I wouldn't be surprised if the set continued, but I just don't think it's going to have demand once it leaves the Rust store and goes to community market. We already have so many awesome looking sheet metal door skins, plenty of free sheet metal door skins these days off of the Twitch drops that are also glowing. This does have a glow, but that isn't a unique thing anymore. That is pretty much like every 2 in 3 skins, we'll say, is likely going to be glowing. So it's actually more common for us to get glowing skins these days than not glowing skins. So there's your rare item these days. But look, overall, I'm not going to recommend investing in the Ice Eye door off of the Rust store. I don't think you're going to be making money off of it. And as a play skin, I think it's a shame because the skin creator looks like they've put in a decent bit of effort to make this skin, but it just hasn't really translated very well over to Rust in-game quality because it is quite pixelated, which is unfortunate. I know that wouldn't be the skin creator's fault, but not going to recommend investing in that. Moving over to the next deployable, so I'm doing this in a weird order apparently because I've just missed the locker, but we have the Nuke room garage door, going for $4.60, and this is a continuation of the nuke room set. I have mentioned multiple times so far that I don't really like the nuke room set. I think the skins are actually really well made. Don't get me wrong. I think they look awesome. They have so much detail in them. It's actually really impressive. I just think the color combo is so ugly. I don't know. I'm not super keen on like the like whatever green you want to call that, and the orange and the red. I just think the colors just don't match. It doesn't look right. Not super keen on it. But I do want to also show you how the nuke room set is performing. Wrong website. Click on that bad boy, and you can see that the nuke room storage box is down 13% and the double door is up 7%. So we don't actually get that many glowing double doors / double door skins in Rust, and so that is why that is up in value. However, the garage door, we get a garage door every week. That means that this is not going to be up in value. So I do think that the set is likely going to perform poorly. And the fact that it's $4.60 on top of that, it's above center store price and above center store price again for glowing deployables. I don't think the set is going to perform well, and I think that this nuke room garage door is also not going to make you money, so not going to recommend investing in the nuke room garage door off of the Rust store for this week. And I do think if you want it as a play skin, I'd recommend getting it off the community market because it's going to be cheaper on the community market, I can guarantee you that. Moving over to the final skin of the week, it was supposed to be that one, but it is the Neon Road Sign Locker, a back-to-back-to-back Neon Locker continuation, where we've had the full kits, which was, I think, blue, if I remember correctly, and then the hazmat kits, and now the road sign kits, all lockers. And then we've had a blue one, yellow one, and now a reddish pink one. So that's what this one is going for. And I don't know if SCMM will show this. I think it will. But the items have been performing well. So I'm going to recommend investing in these. Yeah, no, it's not showing as a collection, but this is a collection. Don't get me wrong. And they are performing well. So I think it's going to continue performing well. Road Sign isn't as high demand as hazmats and Metal Gear, but it still does have demand, and I'm sure there's going to be Zergs that want all three of these all lined up looking absolutely skits. I do think the Road Sign will perform well, probably above center store price, which is $3.95 if I didn't mention that. But I do think it's going to perform the least well out of the three lockers that we've got now. So the full kits, the hazmat, and now the Road Sign. So keep that in mind as well. Check SCMM, as in Steam Community Market, if that doesn't make sense to you. Check and see how they're performing on there. Because I do think that will be a very big indicator of how this Road Sign locker will perform. But overall, I do think that it will be a good investment, so I will recommend investing in it off of the Rust store for this week. That is it for this week, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and this style. And remember, have a skits one.